friends. It's Miss Tiffany from the Butler Area Public Library, and I am here with some strategies to help your family improve family literacy. This video is going to focus on strategies that involve reading. Reading is probably the most common thing we think of when we're talking about family literacy. And obviously, we want to make sure that we are encouraging children in your family to read. If you received one of our family literacy kits, you will notice that each kit has a book in it. So here's an example of one of the books that you may have received in your kit. Every kit has different books in it, so you might not be guaranteed to receive this one. But you will be receiving books in your kit to help with family literacy. If you did not receive a family literacy kit, there are other ways that you can access books, and the public library is a perfect example. Remember, anyone that lives in Butler County can qualify for a library card. All you need is proof of address and photo ID, and kids can get their own cards too. When we're talking about selecting books to work on family literacy, we have to keep a couple of different things in mind. First of all, we have to keep in mind the age of the children in the family. Different ages of children are going to need different types of books to help them engage in good reading activities. But also we want to consider, what are the goals of reading in your family? Is the goal for you to spend one-on-one time with the children? Is the goal for the children to read independently? Is the goal for children to read together? All of those goals use different types of books. So we're going to talk about what books work with what children and what goals. This book that we see here, this is a picture book. So this is probably most appropriate for early literacy activities. Those are like preschool age years. This one doesn't have too many words per page, as you can see. So this one I would even use beginning as soon as birth. You want to make sure that as soon as you're able to, you start reading to your child once they are born or enter your family. And books like this are a good starting place. Don't have a lot of words on the page, so smaller children's attention span can be held a little bit easier. They have very colorful and engaging pictures. A lot of really popular picture books for younger kids involve rhyming. That's why things like Dr. Seuss are super popular still after all of these years. A lot of times I find books that use silly words are also very engaging for kids. And I also find that if kids are very active and have a hard time sitting still for story time, books that engage them physically are also a great resource. If you have older children in your family, picture books are still a really good resource, because now if they're starting to read independently, you can have the child read to you. You can also skip the reading altogether and have the child tell you the story based on the pictures. I know that not reading the words sounds kind of counterintuitive, but literacy skills through reading come through the pictures as well when you're talking about picture books. If you're talking about older, more independent readers that you want to continue to read independently, you're going to be looking at leveled easy readers or maybe even beginner chapter books. And we have plenty of options available for you at the library in all kinds of different topics, both fiction and nonfiction. So there are definitely some options available in terms of what book is better for what age group. Now we're going to talk about what books work with what goals. Picture books, you can't really go wrong with picture books because it's a great opportunity for the caregiver to spend time with that child by reading to them, or if they're a little bit older, reading with them. But it's a great opportunity to encourage literacy activities between children of different ages. So if you have an older child who is reading independently and a smaller child who is just beginning their literacy journey, you can have the older child read that book to the younger child. Really, any type of picture book is a great place to start with family literacy. But remember, when we're talking about family literacy, we're not just talking about the children in the family. We want to make sure that we are encouraging the adults in the family to engage in reading activities as well. Now, I know not a lot of adults have tons of time, especially if there's children in their family, to sit down and read a novel. But if they see you engaging in other types of reading, such as reading magazine articles, reading the newspaper, even reading online. A lot of people read books on their phone or they have an e reader where they're reading. It's always good to model reading behavior for the children, but it's also good for your enrichment as the adult in the family as well. Reading activities in families look as different as families do from each other. It could be a bedtime reading routine, it could be something like reading the Sunday paper together. I know that's one of my favorite memories from when I was a kid is my dad would read the Sunday comics to me. You could set up schedules where the children have to spend so many minutes reading per day or per week. You can incorporate both school assignments if they are school age children, as well as pleasure assignments. And talking to your local librarian about some suggestions for reading is always a good option as well. I hope that you have found this brief overview of some reading strategies that will improve your family's literacy helpful and useful. If you have any questions about reading activities for your family or any questions about anything library related, please feel free to reach out to me. Thank you so much for watching and have a great day.